Today, we will be discussing how to calculate the surface area of a cylinder. This right here is the formula that we are going to use in order to calculate the surface area of a cylinder. Now, the reason why the formula looks like this is because the surface area of a cylinder is basically the area of one rectangle plus the area of two circles. So the rectangle is right here and the two circles are right over here. And I'm going to demonstrate to you guys why that is the case. So the two circles represent one of the circles represent the top circle of the cylinder, while the other circle represents the bottom circle of the cylinder. And as for the rectangle, it represents this surface area right here that's to the side. And I'm going to illustrate using this piece of paper right here. So we have a rectangular shaped piece of paper right here, but if I were to roll it up like this into the shape of a cylinder, what you can see is that we have a circle right here, which represents this top circle, which is this top circle of the cylinder. We also have a circle right here at the bottom of the cylinder, which represents this circle right here, which is the area of the bottom circle of the cylinder. And as for this curved side part of the cylinder, if I were to open it up like this, as you can see, it looks like a rectangle. So therefore, as with all rectangles, it has exactly two dimensions. So there's a width and there's also a length from here to here. And for this particular example, let us assume that the width of the rectangle from this point to this point would be the height of the cylinder, which is from here to here, which is the same thing as from here to here. Likewise, we are going to reasonably assume that the length of the rectangle, specifically from this point to this point, would be the circumference of a circle, specifically the circumference of the cylinder. So from here to here, because when I roll it up, this would be the circumference of the cylinder. And so therefore, the length of the rectangle from here to here would be the circumference of the cylinder. And the circumference of the cylinder, which is the same thing as the circumference of a circle, is calculated as 2 times pi times the radius of the circle. So now, let us do a practical example together. So, as an example, let's suppose we have a cylinder with a radius R that is 2 meters. in terms of length. And the height of the cylinder is 8 meters long. What is the surface area of this cylinder? So we're going to apply this formula right here. So surface area of the cylinder is equal to 2 pi RH. So 2 times pi times the radius of the cylinder, which is given as 2 meters long, times the height of the cylinder, which is given as 8 meters long, all in bracket. And to this, we are going to add the area of the two circles, specifically the top circle of the cylinder as well as the bottom circle of the cylinder, which is this portion of the formula right here. Open bracket, 2 times pi times radius squared, which in this particular case, it is 2 squared. And we are going to calculate the final answer up to 2 decimal places. So using a calculator, 2 times pi times 2 times 8 plus 2 times pi times 2 squared up to 2 decimal places. This gives us 125.66 square meters. And this is how to calculate the surface area of a cylinder.